It was good. Uh, I just want to say, everybody, welcome to another episode, a quick episode of Sexy Ball Belly, episode number 3, with myself, this cheese, and my boy, Good Luck Louie, Darcy, St. Louis, in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
We're about to do
Here,
a third episode, season 1 of Sexy Ball Belly. And we're going to review today the one, the only Titans. DC Titans. Boo, 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 boo. Boo.
oh yeah.
All
For
right.
those of you who aren't aware, Titans is a very well done show on Netflix and also for stream on DC's streaming service right now. Season 1 is available and it includes all of the a majority cast of the original Teen Titans from the Teen Titans cartoon that you may be familiar with if you grew up in the 90s like I did.
And the 80s and the 90s, like I did.
Yes. Like Johan did.
You all fart. Darcy.
Wah.
So, let's start with the characters. Should I say Dick
Yes.
or Robin?
Yeah, it's either Dick or Robin. Like, it's definitely not Nightwing, and it's definitely not Rick Grayson, like they just changed his name in the comic books, because, I don't know why you gotta do that. I mean, just rock it. If you got a shitty name, you just gotta have it. Like, fucking,
Okay.
like, I know you named him Dick Grayson in the 40s, but, like, you can't change it now. He's been Dick Grayson for forever. So, like, I don't know. I'm kind of against that. But, yes, there's, characters Dick Grayson, Rachel Roth, Raven, Starfire, who's going by the name
Starfire.
Corey.
Oh, she's my favorite. If you're gonna ask, she's my favorite. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love her powers. I like who she is. I like that she's like an alien. Um, she has this cool look to her. She doesn't care about what she looks like, even though she's got red hair and rocking a fucking pink, like a purple suit, walking around the city killing people. You know. I think that's my only one. I think the only thing that I don't think works with the show is their costumes, but I get it because, I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot more darker. It's still a lot more poppier, but then they explain it. I don't know if you remember when the new Robin met the old Robin, well, Dick Grayson, and said, "Why do you think we wear such bright colors? Because we're the distraction." And I was like, okay, so it kind of makes sense why it's like so loud and why Robin looks that way. But yeah, I like the actor who plays Robin as well. He's a good actor. He has his he knows how to get like really dark and like with the character, which is cool.
Yeah.
And Raven, well, it kind of revolves around Raven and her bringing her psychotic, satanic, well, what we would say satanic father to this realm back on Earth. Earth, I don't know what
Trigon.
Earth
Yep.
it is. Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good.
Give me a second.
Uh.
Hi. How's it going, my love?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're
Hi,
recording.
Darcy.
Hi, Laura.
And that's my wife, Laura.
I've met Darcy. Who's in
No.
our wedding?
We're recording, so
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah, where was I?
You were going on about Robin, how the costumes, they wear bright costumes.
Right. Yeah. No. I talked about that. Oh, about Raven and her dad and getting her. The show
Yes.
revolves around this this creature. Uh, let me get his name again. I'm so fucking bad with names.
That's Trigon.
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 The Dark Lord
The Dark Lord. Right.
of DC Comics,
Of
yes.
DC Comics. And Raven's like the key to this. Do you remember watching the Teen Titans animated series where it was very similar? That's how it all started. But then they had like the Flash come in, they had Wonder Woman, they had Cyborg, they had like a whole bunch of the Justice League be part of it. Over here, I don't think we're gonna see that. Well, although we did see Batman, which was well, we kind of
We
did see
saw
Batman.
Batman, we saw the Joker. I feel like we see a lot more too. Like I feel
Yeah.
like even if it's just led on, I feel like we might see Wonder Woman from the back at some point in time, which I would be a fan of.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got I'm sure we're gonna see a couple
You
more
mean
people and
Wonder
a couple more
Girl, right?
cameos.
They
I'd
got
like
Wonder
to-
Girl.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying more people that they could possibly show without like having like a full-on cast, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So like what they'd end up doing is like the way they show Batman, but they didn't show his face, or the way they kind of showed the
Right.
Joker face down. So they could
Right.
probably have something where they show Wonder Woman from behind.
Oh yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
but
I
I
like
definitely
that her
feel like
daughter's there.
yeah, I feel like in the well, Donna Troy isn't her daughter, but I feel like on
Donna Troy's not
the
her daughter? Or is she
no,
just an
but in the
Amazonian?
oncoming season, she's just a regular Amazonian.
Okay.
Well, not regular, but I guess fucking yeah,
Well,
just well,
badass.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
from Thanamuscaria as well.
Right.
So yeah, she's gonna be coming in. She's gonna be looking hot, and then like they're gonna be introducing a couple more characters. Like we've already seen a teaser for Superboy, who's gonna be in season 2, which is gonna be
Right.
great. Like I'm eager to see the expansion, to see where they go, and to see if Trigon is the villain in season 2, and to see if he can mind control
He is.
Superboy and what ends
Oh,
up going
100
on with.
in season 2. Give me 1 second. Hey,
Where's the iPad? Oh, you're using it.
do you want me to play the show? Do you want me to play
No,
the
no,
show?
it's okay.
And Trigon. Where was I, Darce? You gotta keep me
Yeah,
up. I just
so
smoked another
yeah,
dope.
yeah, we were talking about who the possible villains of season 2 were. You were saying you think Trigon's going to be this villain again.
Yes. I think he's gonna be the villain. Not again, because we hardly got to see him, right? Like he only came in like in the last 2 episodes, really. And well, they wasn't he like the detective or something like that?
Well, he was masterminding the whole thing. He showed up as a detective in the last episode in Robin's Dark Fantasy there, where he brings in the Gotham PD into Batman's lair and that whole
Right.
episode. So he shows up as one of the cops there and kind of talks to him, and that's kind of his
Right.
little cameo in his brain. But he does show up at a couple other times earlier in the season, just in
Right.
small
bits and pieces. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, I like who they cast. I think everybody was cast pretty well. Beast Boy, right?
Yep.
I don't know about the green hair. It was a little loud for me, but
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
what I was kind of thinking too. You know what? Like, I'm not saying don't have some green in the hair, but like, yeah, it was just a little too much. But you know what? It's sort of like I don't want to say pull back on the costumes, but they don't need to be like super flamboyant or cartoon rather. I mean, like, you know what I mean? They can kind of be pulled back. They can be just regular armor sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like when they do Nightwing in the next series, it's going to be a little more. I don't want to say realistic, but a little more like real world esque with like just the black on black fitted, like a little more like thorough tactical. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look like.
Okay. My next
Mhm.
question was going to be, did you think through the series? I did. I don't know if everybody did too, but I knew it was Robin was moving towards being Nightwing. I knew that transition. This was the season where he was going to transition, and I really thought we were going to see it right at the end.
Yeah.
like him turning into Nightwing. But we'll have to wait for it up until season 2, no? Which I'm hoping that they reveal him as Nightwing soon, because that'll
Yeah.
be sick, right? Like he's a good character for Nightwing. He's built well, like you know, and Nightwing eventually becomes the future Batman. So,
Yep.
right?
So
So
you know
that'll
what?
be good
That's
to
gonna be
see.
pretty. That'll be
Yeah,
pretty cool if they end up going that direction. I do like they
yeah,
kind of went somewhere new as opposed to just a moniker of the comic. I know a lot of comic book shows get criticized for their inability to stay within the lines as far as copying the comic books panel for panel, but I like that they're able to take the characters and kind of go in a new direction with it. And it kind of catches everybody by surprise. Again, like when we saw the last episode, Nightwing turning on Batman, spoilers, and Jason Todd in the wheelchair and him hooking up with
yeah,
Dove and fucking
yes,
Hawk being out of the picture. Like, you know what? It's just kind of this alternate, like something we haven't really seen before. And I like that it was just kind of new and coming out of the left to right. Another thing that I really like too is the age difference in the Teen Titans. I like that they understood that like Teen Titans or like Titans or teens, so that could be
yeah,
teens of various ages. Nightwing is a full adult, but the rest of them are kind of younger. I mean, Starfire is obviously an adult as well, or Corey, whichever you want to
she
go with.
is. Yeah,
But
yeah,
but they're kind of the guardians who kind of look over the Titans. But the
true.
age differences kind of like make it a little more like make sense to me, as at least.
Right. Interesting, because what I liked also was the relationship between Dove and Hawk, because I always thought Dove was a guy, and I was right. Like, because I do remember reading something about it and reading the comic books, like re- reading about them in like another comic book. I can't remember which one. They were like the side character, basically. It wasn't their comic book, but yeah, I thought it was a guy. They were both guys, and it was cool to see that it was a girl. But because I mean, they do release books of the Dove being a girl later on. I think
Yep.
it was like the 90s or the early 2000s, where they released like comic books where Dove was a girl and Hawk, and but it was cool to see that. I thought that was, and they had their own little side story going on and how they were relevant with the Titans or are relevant with the Titans. It's cool. Yeah.
Well, like there was the Hawk and Dove origin story where they did start out with it where it was his brother originally. But in the comic books, Hawk and Dove have been played by a number of
They do.
people. There are actually series in the comics where two women play Hawk and Dove. So
Oh,
you know what?
cool.
So when you introduce the characters of Hawk and Dove, it's sort of like you can kind of go any way with them. So I do kind of like the angle that they did with them being a couple as opposed to brother and sister, as opposed to a
Yeah.
lot of other iterations that we've seen. I like the characters select. They got Thad from I don't know the actor's name, but Thad from Blue Mountain State
Yeah.
playing Hawk, and then they
Yeah.
got sexy blonde girl playing playing
Classic.
playing Dove. I'll look up your names later.
Yeah. I will.
But
Actually, I can do it right now. Let me see who they are. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
no, for sure, absolutely. But I liked how they weren't afraid to branch off in a different directions. Like there was an initial introduction of the Doom Patrol as well, without with an obvious
That was
cast change.
sick.
But
That
it
was
was
sick.
cool. It
I
was
like that
cool and
they did.
interesting to see how they fit into that universe, and that is kind of the new universe, and how
It
it
is, I
isn't really
mean,
connected,
yeah.
or maybe it's connected to the cinematic universe because I know that the Doom Patrol movie features Cyborg cast
Yeah.
as a different character. So I don't know. I guess in the future we'll see. But I liked how it wasn't really played on too hard, but they weren't afraid to introduce new characters like
No, it was
Hawk
cool.
and
Right. So
absolutely.
her name's Minka Kelly,
Ooh,
Minka Minka Kelly. Ooh, wow.
like Mink girl.
So you so mink. So mink.
Oh,
Yeah. So I I'm excited for season 2 because now it's fun to see a cliffhanger where the villain's in control of the whole situation, and they just leave you there and they were like, okay, we're gonna see you next year now. And you're like, oh my god.
oh yeah, it's got us all
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh,
okay.
I
So
can't wait.
now Dick Grayson's under control. Everybody's all split up. Shit's going down. You know, good to bad, bad to good. Nobody knows. There's no direction. I think, as usual, Batman's gonna save the day, but that's just my thoughts because I fucking love Batman. But um, who's your favorite character, Darcy?
My favorite character. You know what? Geez. You know what? I haven't put as much thought into this as I have the other ones for sure. I have to. I might have to think it out loud for a second. I think my favorite character might have to be Raven. I mean, I like or you know what? I might have to go Robin just because he's got a lot going for him. He's a detective in
That's true.
Detroit, so he's got that going for him. I also thought it was funny that he was the only honky in the building when when they panned like him doing his work in like the Detroit PD or whatever. Like he's like the
Yeah,
only he's the only honky in there. So like I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I mean, like there you go.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
and
Fair
then
enough.
you know what? I thought it was interesting that they chose to put him in Detroit as opposed to Bloodhaven, which is kind of his domain in the comic books. Because Batman kind of looks over Gotham, where Nightwing kind of looks over Bloodhaven, which is like a sister city
A
to
sister
Gotham.
city. Oh, okay.
But
And it's as badly crime infested as Gotham City, or is it like a
oh yeah,
better?
it's
Yeah,
up there.
it's up
It's up
there.
there. They need Nightwing. Like they need a Nightwing in there.
They need a Nightwing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I got to go with Robin. He's a detective in Detroit. He's like just beating people's asses. He's taking justice into his own hands. He's telling Batman to go fuck himself. I mean, I don't know. He's like, and you know what? He's kind
I
of like
like that.
breaking the rules. He's breaking the rules to get to the bottom of the case with this little girl. So like, which happens to be Raven. So you
I
know
like.
what? Like I like the aspect. I like the story. I'm a big fan of detective comics, detective like aspects, and just detective shit altogether. So I gotta say,
I love
it's definitely,
detectives.
it's gotta be Robin. Yeah, big
Okay.
fan.
Yeah, fair enough. I like the scene. I still remember the scene where he goes like "fuck Batman" and he just walks out, and I was like, yes, move away, Robin. Yes, and it was a good scene, right? Like he wants to be his own entity, I
And
guess.
yes, we said it at the same time. I'm in your head
Xavier will
now.
be proud of us. Oh shit!
Are we mentally linking?
I think we're linking. We're mentally linking. We have linked.
Whoa,
Whoa.
dope,
Dude,
dude.
car. um, and how's last night?
Woo! I had an all right time. I did a
Yeah, tell
little
me
bit
what's.
of did a little bit of drinking, did a little bit
Yeah,
of smoking, did a little
okay.
bit of just sitting down, which is like my
Just
third
sitting
favorite thing
down.
to do.
Okay, nice.
I was supposed to go to a dance club, but I didn't have any drugs, so I didn't go.
Okay, you were supposed to go to a dance club? Who
Yeah,
says
but
dance club
also,
then? Who says dance
well,
club, Darcy?
I say dance club because
Just a
I've
club.
been. It's just a club.
It's
When
just
I
called a
was when I
club.
was growing, see, I've never even been to one of those. When I was growing up, it was like Sunday was mass, but Saturday was the dance at the church, and that's all you had. So that's so you know what? Like I don't know what a real club is. It's just like yeah, that's my
It's
last
just a
time I was in a
club.
club was eighth grade, and it was a mixer at the church.
Nice.
And that's
It
yes,
was a
and
mix.
yeah, it was like it was an 8th grade dance, and I was in 8th grade, and that's the last time I was
Yeah.
at the club.
Damn, well, I've been when I was young, I used to go to, especially when I turned like 15 back home in India, Bombay. There was a club right next to where I live called HQ's headquarters, and everybody would go there. Like Friday, Saturday, oh shit, we get like fucking shit faced and smash. And we were 15, and they'd just allow us to drink, and there was no ID system. There was nothing.
Woo!
That was back in the day. Yeah.
That's a way to live.
Yeah, I've been doing that since, well, I think up until I met Laura. And then, no, but I still did go for a couple of gigs even after we got married, because I fucking love techno DJs, and, I want to go and, I'm like the nerd. I'm the only nerd checking the sound over there. I'm like, okay, it's good sound, good beats,
Mr.
good
Mr.
kick.
Hashtag I'm not a
And I'm
DJ.
breaking the whole song down. Hashtag I'm not a DJ. I'm a producer. I like sound. I like sound engineering. I like music. I like to make music. Hashtag techno. Hashtag techno dance music. Hashtag techno dance club music. Hashtag Darcy thinks it's techno dance music.
Well, I'd hate to burst your bubble, Johan, but to the listeners out there who aren't watching this on YouTube and who are only hearing this, to them you're a DJ, because yeah, you're just an audio, like just a monologue DJ. We're just talking. You can't escape it. No matter what you do, you're a DJ.
You're a
Johan.
DJ. Damn it, I'm not a DJ. Anyway.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Hashtag I'm not a DJ. Not real. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I think next time, the next episode, I don't think I discussed this with you, Darcy, but I am discussing it with you while this podcast is being recorded right now. But
So
we should have, we're going to have
listeners
Dustin
are hearing
Party.
this at the same time. Okay.
We're going to
I'm
have
sorry,
Dustin Party. That's
Yep.
okay. And he's going to be a special guest. And then we're going to have Rye Guy. We should have Rye Guy on.
You can do that.
Skype them all in, do a 3-way.
Yeah. I feel like that's the future.
And what happened to your nose? What's on your nose?
Oh, just another thing that happened at the party last night. You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. What happened?
Oh no, I was around a lot of cardboard, and it was dry in the air, so I got like a bloody nose, and it was all plugged up. So I used a nasal right breath strip and nasal strip, so it's just holding my nostrils open, so I can breathe good.
Or you got into a fight with an interdimensional beast and you won.
It was more of a sword fight.
Nice.
With lightsabers.
Whoa, Darcy.
Yeah.
This is how single people live.
I know. I know you remember. It's just been so long.
It's been a while. Anyway.
So should we talk a little bit of first actually I kind of want to do our little advert, and then I kind of want to maybe do a little extra segment that I've been thinking about. So I want to do it a little again. So Pineal Coffee is the ad we're plugging. Do Pineal Coffee in your mouth. Yeah. So Pineal Coffee, hashtag coffee for the soul, on Instagram at Pineal Coffee Canada, or on Twitter at Pineal Coffee on Twitter. You can send us, email us to do your catering or special event or small event, or maybe if you're just having a dinner party and you want someone to drop off some fresh hot apple fritters and a nice carton of coffee for you. You're in the Halton Peel region of Ontario, Canada, reach out to Pineal Coffee. That's Pineal, Pinel Coffee. Hashtag coffee for the soul. All right, cool. Now that we got the plug out of the way,
Nice.
I kind
And
of figure
remember,
we could do like a little
I,
segment that I've been thinking about in my brain
okay,
here.
okay,
Um, I wanted to know if you wanted to speculate about the new Avengers movie. We can have our own little countdown to Endgame, and each
okay.
week we can talk for a few seconds. We don't have to bleed our hearts, but we can just talk a little bit about
Uh,
what we think about Endgame and what we think about Avengers: Infinity War and just stuff Marvel
okay.
related, maybe.
I like this. I'll tell you why. Because I'm just about to Google and find out how many days we have left to
I
Endgame.
think I think on the Marvel website there's like a countdown day or something. I
Yeah.
swear I've seen it somewhere. I could be wrong.
1 second. I want to find this because this is cool. I like the Avengers. I think it's going to be sick. Like it's a long awaited finale of everything. I think do you think it's going to be like the finale or do you think they're going to do another cliffhanger? Because I think they should end this for a while. Like put a stop
What
to Marvel for a while. And
I
I'll tell you why later.
okay. I had a little bit of a theory, and I haven't seen this theory out a lot. I'm not going to take credit for it because I can't like I've just kind of been saying it for a little while now that I can't remember if like I heard it somewhere or if I just kind of thought about it. So I'm just going to go on and say I stole it.
Okay.
So what I've
That's okay. As
what I'm
long as you
what I'm kind of
say
yeah, as long as I'm kind of yeah. So as what I'm thinking is Marvel recently they've got behind the curtain they've got two things going on. They've got the purchase of the Fox Entertainment, which gives them the rights to the X-Men and the
yeah.
Fantastic Four and a couple other villains and some space people that we're gonna like to see in the future, which everybody's happy about. So another
Okay.
thing that's happened is Robert Downey Jr., Chris
Okay.
Evans, yeah, there it is, the counter, and a couple of the OG cast guys. They're all what they're all doing is they're all gearing up to leave, or not all of them, but a good majority of them, or at least a couple of them. Like Chris Evans is like trying to get out of there. Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr. is definitely trying to get out of there. So, but you got all these other movies that just came in that are definitely going to make a lot of money. Uh, Doctor Strange is a big favorite character of Infinity War, and I guarantee people are going to
Yes,
come
he
out to see
is
his next movie.
for
Black
sure.
Panther 2 is going to make a lot of money. Like that's just going to make so much money. So like to call the whole Marvel thing to a quits when these guys are trying to opt out, you just can't do it. The next Spider-Man movie is going to make a lot of money because Spider-Man will always make money with kids. I
For
love
sure.
Spider-Man. I will
I love
always see a
Spider
Spider.
Man. I fucking
So
love Spider Man.
inside the comics now, inside the movie universe now. So a lot of people have been asking if there are X-Men. Where have they been this whole time? The theory that I'm kind of going with here is that all the people who got snapped away into dust are not actually dead, but what they've done is they've been moved to an alternate universe. Which, if you're
Ooh.
familiar with comics, Earth
Yep.
One, Earth Two, Prime Earth, it's all a big
Yep.
fucking thing. Like,
Yep.
so what's gonna happen is what's going to happen is all the people who got moved to Universe 2, the Baxter building where the Fantastic Four are, that's where the Avengers Tower is going to be. The
Okay.
uh, the X-Men are going to be prevalent instead of the Avengers, and all the Avengers who are stuck in the initial universe that everyone's in right now are all going to sacrifice themselves to make sure that these people live. And a couple of the people from the current Avengers people are going to be able to make it over. But I think Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are going to sacrifice themselves to like get everyone back to or get everyone to this new universe where everything's prevalent. That's what I
Interesting
think.
theory. Interesting. I like that. Like, I want to see. Okay.
Yeah,
So now I'm gonna predict, and I'm also gonna tell you guys what I would like to see happen. So I predict that we're not gonna see Thanos, and there's gonna be an alternate uh, bad guy or an alternate villain. The only reason is the
I,
last we saw was Thanos's the gauntlet was destroyed, and so he can't use that anymore. So we don't know where the stones are, right? So I think there's going to be somebody else who comes in and
Yeah.
then as the bad guy and takes over. That's my prediction. What I would like, what I would like to see happen is Thanos come back, find the gauntlet somehow, get it fixed. I don't know, and then act and have like a rematch with the Avengers, with the leftover Avengers, and then so now there's something because somebody is going to get like the time stone, right? So they'd be able to reverse everything, go back, and then fight them again. So there's a lot of predictions online where they're saying, okay, people are gonna, they're gonna redo the fight scene when they had in New York in the first Avengers, like redo all of that and then make some few changes here and there that would lead them to get rid of the stones and keep them away, as opposed to whoever uh, getting it, either it be Loki or the Shield or fucking whoever, you know, wherever it goes. But yeah, that's my prediction, and we have 54 days, right? Did I see that right? We have 54 days. No, 53 days. How is that 53 days? It's in April. Oh yeah, right. Shit, we're only in March. Okay.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up fast. So it's going to be exciting. Um, Darce and I are going to do a countdown every time we have this podcast, and can remember to do it. But yes, we will, and
Yeah,
we're going to
I
tell
feel
you
like
what
I'm just
comes up.
gonna. I feel like I'm just gonna spit out a new theory or something I hear interesting or whatever, just to do with Marvel because I'm just such a big Marvel fan. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know you do too, Johan. I'm a sucker
Love
for a
it.
good movie, especially a
Love
good
it.
superhero movie. So you know
Yes.
what? I've been a big fan of superheroes my whole life, and I know there's people who are like, "Oh, we're all sick of superhero movies," but you know what? This is my golden era. I've been waiting for this my whole life, just to see this. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. I mean, I know we jumped from DC to Marvel, but I like this new route that we're going, and I think it's going to be interesting. Um, if you liked our very ordinary, down to earth review on the Titans, hit the like button, subscribe to Sexy Paw Belly for uh, more two ordinary guys with no credentials talking about movies and reviewing shit that we don't have any credentials to review. And
What
we
do you
don't
mean?
care.
I've got 4 years of tap.
And I love it because who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck? And Sexy Paw Belly forever. Hashtag Sexy Paw Belly. Follow at Sexy
Forever.
Paw Belly. PAWBELLY. Sexy, right? So at Sexy SEXY PAWBELLY. Sexy Paw Belly. Just for the viewers, could like it out to be spelled as opposed to said. We gotta make
That's
it
right.
clear, Darce. We gotta make it clear, man.
You're
Tell
right.
you,
You're absolutely right.
damn straight, damn straight. And Darce, where do people follow you?
Where do people follow me?
Yeah,
On Twitter, if you want to hear my thoughts and prayers, you can follow me at darcy.irrelevant. And if you want to see my face or my dick pics, you can follow me on Instagram at Good Luck Louie. And where could the good people find you, Johan?
the good people. Any musicians, uh, people who want to listen to my music, techno heads, music heads, electro heads, dance club people, like you said, follow me at Discheez, DISCHEEZ. Instead of EE, it's 33 because I like to be cool. So it's DISCH33Z. Boom. Follow me, listen to my techno music. Um, It's just kick drum and bass for like 10 minutes every song. That's all it is. You know, I love it. And I hope you love it too. And follow me on Instagram if you want to look at my face. That's
All
a good
right.
look for you, Darcy. That's a really good look
Thank
for
you.
you. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm
I
not
think
even
I'm just
kidding.
gonna keep it. I might
You're
get my
gonna,
hair cut more often now.
yeah. Sharp as fuck.